You are not called to do a job, you are born to make a difference. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when and where you're watching from. Welcome to Professionals Daily Devotion with Olasokomi Okpeifa. Yes, I'm so sorry. It's been a long time, and I mean, this is like second or third time I'm apologizing for this. But this time around, yes, probably I took a break a little bit. I needed to also prepare for so many other things, okay, especially because the Phenomenon 3.0 is coming up, is June 28th. If you have not registered, please kindly go to www.phenomenonedu.com.ng. You will see register for 3.0 there and quickly join us and register. Please, it's meant for everybody, especially teachers. If you want to learn how to think as an entrepreneur, please kindly register and join us in Abuja online, or you want to come physically. So, the purpose of this professional devotion this time around now, we are going to be looking at foundation to entrepreneurial thinking, what you need to do as an entrepreneur. And today we are starting with from job to journey. Now, in the course of this, I'm going to also get some of the speakers or the panelists of the conference with me, and I'm going to ask them one or two questions around what we should be expecting from them. So this morning, let's jump on it now. We'll be looking at from job to journey. When you say job, when you say journey, what do you have? Now, let's look at it from here. A job, for a job, you clock in and you clock out. But if it's to be a journey, you evolve in it. It's not just all about clocking and clocking out, but there is a sense of evolution. You are growing from stage to stage. When you're talking about a job, you're just talking about task. But when you're talking about journey, you are talking about transformation. So you are not in that role just as a job. You are in that role because you are going from one level to another. And that is the mental shift that you need to have when you approach any task or any work or any profession. And that is the really foundation for being entrepreneurial or intrapreneurial. See, job ends with just your title, while a journey will leave legacy behind you. So this is it. When you see your work as your job, you only count days. But when you see your work as a journey, you make every moment or every day count. Okay. When you see your job as and you see your work as your job, you count days. But when you see your work as a journey, you make every day count. So let's look at it now and let's see. It is not just you completing assignment. Okay, let's look at the mind shift now. There are four things I would talk about that you need to just have all the time when you approach your job. It's not a thing that you wake up on Monday morning and you are sad. I mean, when it gets to that level, you know something is wrong, and then you need to sit down and reflect to know whether you want to continue on that work or not. Probably you have not discovered that thing that is your journey. Okay, now let's take, if you always wait to be told, you don't take initiative, you don't take steps by yourself, then you are on a job, you are not on a journey. But when you can initiate or you can lead, then you are on a journey. And it's also in two ways. Now, if you find yourself on a job where all they want you to do is to take instruction, then they are killing you. But where they want to even take initiative, even though you are the least in the rank, and you can take initiative as small as it is, and they encourage it, then you are on a journey. So you need to check yourself. You are in a school teacher, you're in any profession, and you cannot really take initiative no matter how small it is. You need to always take instruction. Then you need to watch it. Something is dying in you. You are not evolving, you are not growing. Secondly, is when you focus on task a lot more than impact, then you are just on a job. You have job mentality, you don't have journey mentality. It's all about completing your lesson plan, it's all about completing that task, it's all about just submitting that letter, it's all about carrying that file, it's all about planting that seed and then waiting for the next instruction. Then something is wrong. When you tend to survive on deadlines, anytime you're able to meet deadlines, you are like, oh, we made it today, then something is wrong. You are just on job mentality. But when you are permitted to design legacy for others to follow, or whatever you do as a template becomes what others tend to follow, then you are on a journey mentality. And finally, when you stay in that role and you don't grow, then you say you are just on a journey mentality. You are not, I mean, you are just on a job mentality, not on a journey mentality. So we've talked about you treating your work as a job just means you are counting days. But when you treat it um, as your journey, then you are making every day count. So the framework we have this morning, let's look at job versus journey. Job simply means just operating basic. Okay, just operating basic. However, journey, before I tell you what it means in this framework, Let's take the 7 letters one by one. The J there is just. Okay, that is you have just a reason. I mean, justifiable reason while you are putting your passion in the line. You have reasons why you are waking up every morning to go. I mean, not just because you are going to be late or you are going to be surcharged or anything, but because you are having that just fulfillment within you. um there means overcoming. You are every day overcoming obstacles and you are moving ahead. No matter how tough the obstacle is, you are willing to overcome. That is overcoming. You there is unknowns. You don't mind breaking barriers. You don't mind breaking new grounds. You take up new tasks. You challenge the status quo there. That is unknown. And are responsibly. You are fully responsible. You don't shift blames. Anything goes wrong, you take responsibility for it and you correct it immediately. You are solution oriented. You are responsible. Then that's a journey. You are also nurturing others, nurturing yourself to grow in such a way that you see the system as a whole, that it's all about nurturing, growing. Then you're on a journey. Then you are excellent minded. That's the E there. You are excellent minded. Then you're on a journey. And finally, you always think about you and others. You and the customer, you and your boss, you and those your subordinates. This is you and others, not all about you. Not I know I'm just here to do my work and go. You are not there to do your work. You are there to make impact. Then you are on a journey. So if we put this together, we've just made a sentence. It means just overcoming unknowns responsibly, nurturing excellence in you and others. I take that again. Just overcoming unknowns responsibly, nurturing excellence in you and others. So, journey is not all about just performance, it is all about putting everything together to make a bigger story of your life. So, we have so many examples of story. And one big example I would like to talk about, that's Sasumonu, that started in Shell Company. Of course, it must have started as a regular staff and grew in rank to become the MD of Shell, and I think the first black man to become that. Okay, in Shell, and that is because he never took his job. And this is someone that have been under in one way or the other. Okay, and this is someone that took his. That, I mean, you always see the passion in him. You see that sense of leadership in him. There, you see the consciousness of just ordinary, not just taking your task as ordinary job, but you see it as a journey. I mean, he will tell you the story of how he has built other enterprise, even in education. Okay, as that. So what do you do as a person? What do you do as a person? Self audit yourself. Number one, okay, ask yourself this question: am I simply showing up, or I am growing through what I do? Secondly, am I chasing output or creating impact? And thirdly, do I only work for now, or am building towards what is next? And when you discover this, always have it that, okay, what is one thing I can do to go above and beyond? How can I add value more than what is required of me? Okay. And then keep on reflecting this, that what people say about me when I leave the job, what legacy will anybody say about me? Okay. Always know that it is not all about the job. You see, Pastor Pojemari says that when you work for someone, what you earn is not your salary. It is the vision, and that is the mentality. Don't worry. I mean, if it is so toxic for you, you can exit, but pick another job and do it as a journey, not as a job. Let's take our words of affirmation this morning. I believe you're inspired and you are going to, I mean, wake up and do this. If you have not registered for Phenomenon, this is just a foundation of what you are going to be learning come 28th of June. So say this after me as we close this morning. I go above and beyond. I bring purpose to everything I do. I am not just busy, I am becoming. Thank you for joining this morning. And for teachers who are waiting for the phenomenon,